In many ways, South Africa is the template for me because South Africa was the most inspiring constitutional transformation, I think, of my lifetime. You had a society dominated by apartheid, dominated by official racialism. You had a peaceful transition. You had the ability of democratic institutions to take hold. You had the inspired political leadership of Nelson Mandela. All of this was riveting. It was transformative. I think every constitutional scholar in the world who was serious about looking beyond his or her immediate national borders could not avoid observing what was going on in South Africa with wonderment. And you had a constitutional court that was created as an essential piece of the transitional process. In fact, the constitutional court that decreed that the first constitution was deficient because it didn't give enough protection to individual rights, because it didn't protect enough against the overwhelming power of the central government. Unheard of, unprecedented, dramatic. Now, what you see in South Africa is the wearying of the revolutionary, the transformative generation, and the inspiration of the desire to create that kind of democratic society. And instead, what you have is the hardening of institutions and the concentration of power in one party's hands. At this point, South Africa is a different kind of object lesson. South Africa is a question of what happens when the buffers of a democratic society break down and the last remaining institutional obstacle to the complete consolidation of executive power is the judiciary. How does a constitutional court play that role? That turned out to be an insight or a window into the role that constitutional courts are increasingly playing in countries around the world, particularly the newly emergent post-1989 democracies.